Hello, it's been a while. It's been quite a few weeks since I last did a video. Um, Hopefully you can hear it. It's a bit of background noise. People out and about, so doing my usual look around. A few things I guess happened in my world. More to do with my routine at work has changed. So I'm just checking that. My routine at work has changed. So I'm not able to work from home as much, although I plan to sometime soon for a day. That, funnily enough, has massive knock-on effects for different things. You know, when you have a structure in place and your habits and routines are based on a certain structure, when that shifts, you don't sometimes realise the knock-on effects of that. So, for example, I used to work from home and go to the gym at lunchtime. That doesn't happen anymore. So it means my general fitness is probably not as good as it was. I was able to perhaps sleep a bit longer prior to starting work, which means I'm generally a bit more tired in the week, which means I probably don't work out well when I do work out. All these things are an interesting thing. So I guess I should be looking at what structures do I currently have in place that aren't actually that are fragile. Yes, that's what it is. I have certain habits that are more fragile than I thought, because all it took was for a certain shift in a certain dynamic in my life, and those habits stopped. And it's quite weird how there's been a knock-on effect for different areas of my life in terms of reviewing and monitoring a lot of my day-to-day. I used to do that now, but I don't because I'm a bit more tired and blah blah blah. And so so these videos are falling to the sides. And again, these videos originally were for me to practice speaking into a camera, practice speaking in public, and maybe the fact that I haven't done these videos as often has meant that my professional speaking has not been as crisp as perhaps it would have been before. Funny enough, just this video is just coming together without me actually having to plan it in advance. But the more I think about it, the more I realise how I need to replace that day at home, work from home, with other structures that will allow for different parts of my life to be regulated more constructively. So yeah, that's quite a interesting observation I suddenly had literally when I started pressing this button. I guess other things I've looked at, I've been working on myself, and that has required, there's an app that I've been using where I've been recording how I'm feeling emotionally at any specific time. So I'll have a reminder, it might pop up at 11 o'clock and say, how are you feeling? And it gives me a range of options: high energy, low energy, positive energy, negative energy, and how it will look. And the idea is really to be able to record the emotions, work out what the triggers are for these emotions, and I guess find a way in which to enhance the ones that are positive and to mitigate the ones that are negative, or to lessen the negative impact of other types of emotions. I don't want to call things positive or negative really in terms of emotions. Emotions are emotions, but whether I can harness them for good or for less good. And that's really what I'm going to start doing. So yes, this app is, I think it's called How Are You Feeling Right Now? I'll put it in the description because I can't actually remember it at the exact moment in time. And some lighters have an impact, but it's a new way in which I am trying to address something I've been thinking about for a long time, which is the importance of, just move out the sun, the importance of understanding myself a bit better, understanding the emotions, understanding why I do things or why I don't do things. All these goals, actual execution in certain areas of life. And yeah, I've been looking at things, considering my background, my inner child, and all that. Fascinating stuff. And hopefully, after a lot of self-reflection, I'll be able to move forward with a few of the areas that I do feel I need to address. Sorry, a bit more sunlight, so into the sunlight. So yeah, that's really it at the moment. Short but sweet. I'll hopefully be able to get back onto this videos thing again once I reframe where I am. The idea is not to assume things will always be the same. You have to adapt to circumstances in order to keep on pushing forward, and that's something I need to do. I'm trying to adapt to circumstances with the sun at the moment, and it's November. I've got a little jacket on, but check this. Blue sky, not bad. Late November in Hong Kong, and yeah. Okay, that's it from me, and until next time, hopefully with a better recording next time. Bye for now.